Hello, everyone. I'm back because I felt like doing so. Didn't feel like doing anything else today, so I thought, you know what, why not stream? And I felt like streaming some Below Zero. This is not my first playthrough. If you have not played the game, then if you're watching the VOD of this, go play the game if you're interested. But I will be spoiling the ever-living snot out of it by knowing where things are. Mostly. That is not 100% guaranteed. But I don't know. I've been missing the social interaction of streaming. I just kind of felt like doing so. Don't feel like having the cam on. Hey, Mana Guy. Good to see ya. Welcome to a loading screen. It's interesting. I've actually been reflecting on some of the smaller streamers who I enjoy hanging out in their channel. Hawk Dest, in particular, comes to mind. And being like, he hasn't streamed in a while. I enjoy hanging out in his streams, and I kind of miss the fact that he hasn't been streaming. And I'm realizing, you know, some of my regulars probably feel the same way about my streams. So, I don't know. Streaming is a good way for, like, casual interaction when you're smaller, and that's kind of a blessing that I didn't quite realize when I was like, but if I want this to be a career, though, it's like, you know what, it's going to just be a fun thing. There's a huge difference between, like, casual small stream and person trying to make a living off of streaming. You know? It's a huge difference. I really appreciate, by the way...
I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this?
Yeah, I'm sure I want to skip it. I really appreciate that they have... Okay, hang on. Let's lower the game's volume, because that feels like that's really loud. Hopefully that's decent. I feel like I've completely lost my train of thought, which is pretty typical. Pretty typical experience. I'm going to grab some flares. Those are going to be useful. In my first playthrough, I did not know that there was so many resources just kind of floating around up here. There's a bunch of flares and water and stuff. Yeah, it certainly can. But it's like, the thing that I had to come to realize about streaming, in content creation in general, is it had been really kind of presented it to me in a, I need to get somewhere warm. It had really been presented to me in kind of a show up and the audience will too sort of way. And it's not automatic, you know? And this applies to YouTube too. This hugely applies to YouTube, where it's like, with a lot of these things, they need you to create content for their platform, or they need somebody to create content for their platform, but it doesn't have to be you. Oh boy, priority 1 is getting a Sea Glide. Everything else follows from there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm coming at it with a different attitude. I'm coming at it with the attitude, oh, I wish I had a scanner right now, that this is going to be something that's just a fun way to, like, hang out with people and interact, and not something that's, like, significant career path direction or anything. So I have a meeting in about, like, 3 hours, so we'll probably play until a little bit before then, and then I'll wrap up. That's my plan. Okay, let's see if this wants to give me some copper. It did. Great success. By the way, I learned about that little cove back there from watching the speedruns. It's a very useful early source of gold and silver. Highly recommend. So one of the other... Get back here, fish. One of the... It's so funny to have you swim with those. One of my big goals here with this particular playthrough is I feel like every time I've started several playthroughs of, I've finished a playthrough of this game and then started several other ones, and my goal is always to find interesting, useful, good places for bases. I'm just clearing those. I want water out of those. I'm not going to be focusing too much explicitly on story stuff. my initial focus,
Well, Sam,
actually I
might as
don't
well
need
gather some
this
tools and
many
resources
flares,
before starting my search.
is
No
more
radio
like
towers is easy to
exploring
spot,
base
so
building stuff. That said, I do want to get Alan as early as I can.
should be able to use this.
Yep. Gonna need as much lead as I can get my hands on. I don't know why they got rid of mineable lead nodes. That's... I wish they hadn't done that, but... Let's see, I think it's just... titanium and a battery for the scanner, right? Okay. I also want that. Air bladder's a good idea. Flashlight... I underestimate the flashlight. The flashlight's actually really useful because it illuminates better than the Sea Glide does, but I keep thinking the Sea Glide is good enough sort of thing, and it's not that amazing. Compass will be useful, but it's not an immediate priority. I think the knife is probably the thing that I want to go after next. Why did these not clear initially? Whatever. I have nutrient blocks, so I can eat those. Okay, so I need to go get some creep vine seeds. Also, I like my scanner on 1. But anyway, so I've experimented with trying to figure out, like... Because the thing is, I only really want 1 main base. Any more than that is... You're playing too much resource juggling with more than that. What was that peeper doing? But, like, I also want to find good spots for, like, side bases and stuff. So it's just a thing of, like, okay, where do I want to put a main base? Where's a good spot for a main base that's a nice central location? While still being a nice central location. And then where do I want to put satellite bases? And the things that's tricky is I want my initial base to be a satellite base. I don't want it to be a main base because I don't want my main base up here. My first playthrough, my main base was right near the starting drop pod area, and that had some serious problems in that it meant that I had really long trips out to important places like the lily pad area. Like, the lily pad area is super important, but...
New blueprint synthesized.
I'll go ahead and...
Oxygen.
Okay, you know what? We will swim up. Okay, let's just go back. I need to turn these seeds into some silicone. And I need to cook that fish I picked up. Oh, actually, I want to make sure I grab a bladder fish. No, get back here. Get back here. There we go. Another bladder fish is always useful, but... Where you... There. Grab that hoop fish for some munchin'. Some noms. So anyway, I think I want to try building a base near copper mining. And see how that location feels. Okay, let's start... I want to make sure I'm making the air bladder. Because it's really useful early on. Make a piece of glass. I'm going to need to get some more ribbon plants. I grabbed a lot of seeds. I'm realizing. Yeah, soup fish. Okay. Air bladder.
If you are tired of
Knife.
hearing the word oxygen, The air bladder provides a significant upward thrust.
I don't
to
need
help you
copper
get to air
wire at the
faster.
moment. I already made a piece of glass, right? I just need, yeah, okay. I want to eat these cooked fish. Drink of filtered water. Knife on 2, air bladder on 3. I have habits for where I put those things. It's kind of important to follow my own conventions. Oh, I can make, okay, so, whew, a lot of knives. Air bladder, I can make fins as well, so I should make fins. That'll help. Okay. Hey, salty grease. I know, right? See into your stream? It's been a while. It's been a very long while. I mean, I always kind of wanted to get back to streaming, but I needed to figure out how I was going to approach it before I could. And I've done enough of that, like, figuring out processing to get to a spot where, like, you know, just casual hanging out. Understanding what the value it added of, like, the relational value was really important for me. Kind of, like, appreciate the good parts of streaming. I was getting disillusioned with the business of streaming. So. Okay, I accidentally hit 5 to put on the Sea Glide I don't have, which reminds me I should try to find Sea Glide fragments. You know what? I can eat this. That did not have an eating sound, which was really weird. Coral. Oh man, so much of the UI is better. So I watched a marine biologist, C and me, playing through the Subnautica games. It was really interesting to watch her play through, but one of the things that it did is inspired me to go back and play the original Subnautica through, which I hadn't really done because I got too creeped out by sea monsters. What am I seeing as a scannable? Maybe it's a... Oh, it's the red wart. I got way too creeped out by the sea monster. So I went back and I replayed the original Subnautica. And let me tell you, they made so many UI improvements between that and Below Zero. I know that they're working on backporting a bunch of stuff as well.
New blueprint synthesized.
Okay, inventory full. I could... It does not matter. Okay, let's just make my way back. Yes, I need these. I am really wishing I had the Sea Glide's light right about now. Nope. I was underneath an ice sheet. That was bad. Okay, there's my thing. See, I need to try to keep my eyes open for this exactly. This right here. It's one of those things where it's like there's actually a bajillion Sea Glide fragments around here, but I feel like you don't notice them until after you've gotten the Sea Glide and you're actually moving a lot faster and covering more territory, and then you see just how many there are. Okay. Let's make some of this. Need more fiber mesh. I'm gonna need more for stuff later too. It's more convenient to pick up now when the inventory is somewhat smaller. Ah, yes, the repair tool. It's interesting that they got rid of cave sulfur and went down just to crystalline sulfur. I don't think that was I think that was a reasonable move, by the way. I just find it an interesting one as well. Okay, I can make a couple batteries. That's good. Hey, Mr. Jack. I am doing decently well. Thank you for asking. Yeah. I have discovered the joys of poetry. I have an old piece of creep vine. What other things do I want? I'm gonna put that stuff away for now. Need to go find a sea glide. I kind of stopped streaming because I'd gotten disillusioned with it as like a business thing, like the business side of streaming. And I have realized the benefits of the social aspect of streaming as I've been realizing like my desire for community and all that sort of stuff. I don't need to keep that pinned blueprint there. And I just didn't feel like doing much else at the moment, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to boot up my stream. I feel like playing Below Zero, and I feel like streaming it. So here I am. Looking for Sea Glide fragments. Actually, Sea Glide fragment. I don't need more than one at this point. I've gotten 2 of 3. What is that over there? Okay, it's just some texture, shadow. But it's so good to see y'all showing back up. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's go get some oxygen. That is a rock. I will take a rock. Copper is extremely useful. We need it for computer chips. I need to remind my eyes what I'm looking for, which is Sea Glide fragments. I really want a Sea Glide. But yeah, I've mostly been like working on my game and then realizing that my scope was way too big. I've actually been re-scoping it, or like, I don't know, I guess redoing it. Because like one of the things that happened, so I've been making a game in RPG Maker. I think I've talked about it some. I don't remember what I've talked about. It's been a long time since I streamed. What is? That's just glistening. Okay. But anyway, I've been making a game in RPG Maker, and I just hit the point where I'm like, this is way too much game. I need to step back, make way less game. But I'd also learned a ton in the process of making that too much game. Yeah, like, the thing is, I realized the thing that I enjoyed about streaming was the social interaction. And, like, this is one of those things... let me finish the thought about the game thing. So, anyway, one of the things that I want to do is I want to make games with... there's exactly what I'm looking for. With skill systems like the Guild Wars 1 skill system, because I love the attribute system and all of that. So, I didn't know how to do that in RPG Maker. Like, I could come up with some of the, like, basic concept, I guess. Of course I see one, like, immediately after I've finished it. But I was able to come up with, like, some of the basic concept, but I couldn't figure out, like, hey, I could make skills be equipable, like an equipment. That's a pretty straightforward way of adding skills. But there comes another problem. Okay, I can only have one of each equipment type, and then I learned how to not have that be the case. So I figured out, like, all this, like, technical stuff that I'd need to be able to do to make a Guild Wars style skill system. So I'm going to do a Guild Wars 1 style skill system with it, which is going to result in fewer skills than I already had with the previous concepts that I'd had that were running into too much bloat. But yeah, so I had been streaming and was getting really disillusioned with the business side of it. But then I've been thinking a lot lately about how one of the things that I really miss from school is the social, like the casual social interactions that I was able to have. And brain is processing, grabbing stuff here. And those casual social interactions are something that, like, just being able to walk into the cafeteria in college and find somebody to sit down and play Magic with, for example.
Used for high-speed freediving. Contains a built-in light and map.
Is something that I really enjoyed that I've just not been able to do or to have in my life these days. And realizing, let's see, there's good stuff over at the emergency supply cache, but that's not actually my priority at the moment. That's right, it's just F to toggle that off. This is one of the big UI improvements they made. It's F to toggle the map on and off, and right-click to toggle the lights on and off with the Sea Glide. In the original Subnautica, you did the toggling with, like, you had to filter through all, like, 4 states, and it was really clunky and tedious and did not work super well. Here's the general area I'm looking for. But anyway, so it's like, you know what? Streaming was actually providing that, where I would show up in a space, and then people would show up. And so it was like, wait, that was giving me that casual social interaction that I was longing for and desiring. Okay. There's like 2 major things that I want to find in this area.
That sounds like a distress call.
Yeah, we'll get
Transmission of
that
unknown
in a bit.
origin. Source of transmission depth calculated at approximately 200 meters.
What is this? Oh, this is part of the sea truck.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I was just realizing that, like, if I stop worrying about the business aspects of streaming, which are frankly really kind of awful, just from a certain perspective, and focus on the, like, small size casual social aspect of it, it's like, oh, this is actually something that, oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. Has a ton of great things about it, and is realizing that, like, you know what? I think I want that back. So here I am.
New blueprint synthesized.
What do I think about this game compared to the original, especially regarding the story and pacing, the crafting system? Yeah, there's a lot of... I actually made a YouTube video examining the submarines, but there's a lot of different points of comparison. So that's a really good question. I think this game... Okay, so overall, there's a lot of things that I think this game does substantially better. I think the trade-offs with the submarines, the Seamoth and Cyclops versus the sea truck and modules, is an interesting one. I think it's a very reasonable change to have made. The Cyclops had a lot of bugginess and was quite clunky in a lot of ways. Let's see, I do want to get over there, but I think this is what I'm looking for. Focus on grabbing this.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
What were you showing me to scan? Okay, let's go grab this oxygen plant. See, I think this is maybe a little risky. I think I should be able to go through here. I personally like the Below Zero. I think they both have different things that they're doing. I think the original is a bit more exploration focused. I think this game has a better reward structure overall. One of the issues with the original Subnautica is that it's a level design thing. And this is a little hard to... I need to kind of organize my thoughts a little bit, is the proper word there. The original Subnautica flows out over the top surface of the map and then downwards. So what I mean by that is you start off Yeah, you gradually go deeper and deeper. Yeah, it might allow you to skip some depth steps.
Warning. 30
Okay, I
seconds
spent
of oxygen
too long on
remaining.
that stuff.
New technology required.
So the original Subnautica is leveled like map design. They're just very, very different. So the original Subnautica's map design is like you start off on kind of a upper plate, and then it goes down to a cave system with multiple entrances that's kind of underneath the map, and then you have another layer of going deeper from there into kind of like a tail coming off of it. Is kind of the way that I'd describe it. The differences are pretty major in that regard because one of the big consequences of that arrangement is that the I'm kind of trying to focus on swimming here at the same time. They don't know which direction you're going to go. So a lot of rewards for exploration are extremely redundant. You go one way and you get like the same set of things kind of like all around you. So it kind of is designed radially.
Warning. Passing 2.
Hello? Is someone there?
And so the radial that radial exploration means that like as you get kind of
What is all
in
this?
equidistant.
I can help you better if you show yourself.
If we could show ourselves, we would not need storage.
That's such a great reply.
You mean you don't have a physical presence. Are you one of them? An architect?
Storage medium identified. We will be lost unless we find a new host. Can you help?
I'm gonna
Can
let
you
him
use
talk
my
here.
PDA for storage?
You are not with the group from before. Your cybernetic components bear their signal.
Altera? No, my equipment is, borrowed.
It will have to do.
So that sort of like radial exploration means that you have the same sorts of things somewhat equidistant from your starting point. Also, this game, yeah, Robin is the player character. This game, you start off at the north edge of the map, and the original, you start off more in the middle. So that further exacerbates the issue.
How long have you been stored here?
Warning. Sanctuary power critical. Our data can be downloaded from the terminal. We may speak more once the transfer is complete.
Okay, hurrying.
Okay, we're just gonna cutscene it here, and then I'll finish that thought once we're done with the cutscenes here.
Storage medium accepted. Brace for transfer.
Brace? What's happening?
I can see that.
Transfer complete. How do you feel?
Why do you sound like you're inside my head?
The facility identified hospitable capacity within your cerebral cortex.
You are in my head? I offered you my PDA! Get out!
Oh no. Does your kind perceive a boundary between cybernetic and organic components?
My mind is not a component.
You sound angry. We will allow you a moment to process.
Don't you go silent on me. Hello? This is not happening. That's the explanation. It's not happening.
Okay, so from a structural standpoint, I think that the first Subnautica does some things better with its map design in terms of the way things are laid out. Depth-wise, I think this game does a bit better job in terms of like having unique rewards around, but that also means that yeah, just in terms of like rewarding exploration, because the the original Subnautica's exploration rewards are, like I said, very radially around a central starting location. Because, like, this will be easier once I get to Delta Station and I have a map. With the original Subnautica, you kind of start in the middle of the world map, which is is it a 4 kilometer by 4 kilometers, like, square? I don't quite know the dimensions off the top of my head. Fall damage is pretty minimal in this game, by the way. This game, like, I think the game worlds are somewhat similar
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
in the rough dimensional sense. But this one starts you off at the north edge of the map, so your exploration kind of goes south and east and west, of course. But you're kind of a north central starting point as opposed to kind of straight up middle, which I think does a lot in terms of the way that kind of, I'm gonna need that, plays out in the feel of things. Let's see, I'm thinking about my objectives right now as well. I want to get back to my base, such as it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. So, like, the original Subnautica, there's a bunch of wrecks from the ship you came in. So, the basic structure is you come in, like, you have a ship that you came in that's destroyed, and fragments of it are scattered all over the ocean area. And so there's a lot of very similar rewards, because you might go one way and find them in one spot, and you might go a different way and find them in another spot. And so that means that you'll be like, oh, wow, I found a cool new wreck. And it's another reward point to give you things that you'd found a different direction. And so there's a lot of redundancy in terms of the rewards, because the developers don't know which way you're going to go. And the experience is a lot more tightly directed in Below Zero, which makes exploration overall feel a bit more rewarding, because you're more likely to find new stuff.
This arrangement is undesirable to you.
You're not real. Go away.
To go, we require a suitable body for transfer.
Why do you keep saying we? How many of you are there?
One of us and all of us. We do not think of ourselves as individual, distinct.
Why don't you start by telling me who you are?
You may append your seed code to my species designation. Please call me Al-An.
My whole life I've been dying to meet a sapient spacefaring alien up close, and you're telling me your name is Alan?
Is it insufficient?
No, it's fine. Perfect. Where are you from, Alan?
Your kind calls us architects.
The precursor race. But what are you doing here?
That is a long story. Perhaps you will prefer to focus on the construction of a new storage medium to which I may transfer.
Yes. Fine, absolutely. How do we get you out of my head?
I have added the information to your data bank. You will need to find the necessary components.
Any idea where I can find them?
It is unclear. I have been disconnected from my network for so long I cannot locate the coordinates.
The rebreather facilitates extensive free diving by recycling air more efficiently at significant depths. Breathe the freedom.
Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons to each one. So, like, the sense of... So the world map, I think, is more interesting in some regards in Below Zero, and in some regards is more interesting in the original. Like, it's not a straight one-to-one better, this one's better sort of thing. See, I want to make the compass, and I believe that requires copper wire and a wiring kit. Okay. What I thought. So just like when it comes to like replayability, for example, knowing where things are in this game is a huge advantage, a huge step up. Let's go over to the emergency supply cache, I guess. I do want one of those. Hey, it's one of these derpy dudes, Titan Holefish. So yeah, overall I feel like Below Zero, and Below Zero just has much better user interface, but they're working on backporting the improvements to the original Subnautica. And like Below Zero is also a lot better about popping and stuff like that. But there is something that feels a bit like some of the way that the exploration plays out in the original does feel really good. And I think the mystery that you have going on with, like, they're both compelling in different ways. And I think which one you'll find more compelling is going to be a little bit of a factor of personality. Let's see. Yeah, there's good stuff in here. There's 2 things to scan right here. The resource collection is a little bit different as well. So in the original, the way some of that stuff is structured leads to a slightly different experience. But yeah, I think overall, sort of like the exploration and the rewards for it are better arranged in Below Zero. There's more immediate, like it's more laterally focused, like horizontally focused in terms of the exploration rewards, though. And the original one is more depth focused. There's a little bit of depth, like there is still a depth factor to this one. But in terms of, okay, I don't want to get too deep here. But in terms, oh yeah, I'll take this.
Follow the traces my people left on this planet.
I'm glad it could help.
I know you would still prefer me to have a corporeal form of my own.
Well, yes.
If you continue searching, I may regain some of my connection to the network, piece by piece.
Oh, once you get Alan in your head, the sea monkeys are friendly. Interesting. So that's the trigger. This is an extremely early, like, time to get Alan. So it's like you can kind of optimize sort of your routing and stuff. But yeah, it's just very different because in the original you're expanding by depth, and this one you're more expanding by breadth. And so that's kind of a different arrangement in terms of just how the overall thing plays. But knowledge counts for a lot in both of them. But I feel like this one just it paces and structures its exploration rewards better. I think this sea truck is less quickly grokkable than the Cyclops in terms of like what's going on. I think that's an Arctic ray egg, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they're just different in a lot of different ways. And I can't really say that one's better or worse, they're just different, so it's just a matter of like what do you prefer. How's my supply of copper? I'm gonna need more wire for some of the stuff I'm gonna want to make.
The sea monkeys have changed their tune.
How do your people communicate if you are not networked?
We're gonna get a lot of that right off the
Talk
bat.
to each other.
Do you not find that primitive? We exist as data. We are all aware of each other's thoughts and needs. Scientific endeavors are accomplished much more smoothly this way.
There's more to life than research, Alan. I can't lie. Work would go faster if I could read my colleagues' minds, but thoughts are private, and people have their own inner lives. People change and need space to think.
Space helps you think. I find that being separated from my network is very quiet.
What do you mean by quiet?
Imagine 1,000 strings, each playing its own range of notes, none louder than the others. Each one builds harmony, a continuous thrum in the background of existence. I am now a lone string in search of familiar harmonies.
I'll help you find them.
Use
See.
beacons to mark traverse territory. Show or hide the signals of your choice with your Xenoworks PDA. Now with surface support.
Do I have a battery? Okay, I'm gonna need another copper. I'm not 100% sure. I think that they wanted to make this, like, the first game feels a lot more horror game, and I think they're trying to decrease that some for this one. And it definitely, like, so I was able to get through this game way more easily than I was the original one, just from the, like, ocean scary standpoint. So I think that was a contributing factor. I need to go find some limestone. Here's some limestone. Okay, that's all I needed. I think Below Zero is a more refined game, but because it is different in some pretty major ways, there's going to be people who prefer the first one. They're going to like the horror of it better, or they're going to like the story stuff better.
Adding emergency shelter blueprints to your databank.
Because, like, the
Builder
first
2,
one...
You can construct sea bases from raw materials, advising against exploring a frozen water continent without a base. No bed, no storage, no place to put a fabricator module. No fun.
The first one, its story is more... I'm going to say more Dark Soulsian, in that you're kind of more uncovering the lore of the world and figuring out what happened here, rather than... like, this one is much more... you've got some of that going on with some of the mystery, but there's also just the more active quest of building a body for Alan, which is... like, it's interesting in that it's not the inciting incident for this game. The inciting incident... I skipped over the stuff that actually explains the exciting incident, but it's explained in some of these databanks. So Samantha IO is Robin IO's sister. She died. I appreciate the offer. I don't have inventory space for that, though. And so, like, that first game is like, okay, you come up on some ruins and what happened here, and then there's some active plot with a disease and needing to try to find a cure for that. I need some water. I need some oxygen. So it's a very different sort of, like, structure, where I would say that the plot in this game is more active. If that makes sense as a distinction. Hopefully it does. They also wanted to experiment with land stuff more in this one. It does remind me of what's happened with Hollow Knight Silksong a bit, where they were, like, going to make a DLC that then became a bit more than they originally were intending. I need to head south? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. There's some exterior grow beds over here, so I wanted to grab these. I do not like those guys. It's weird. They went more medium predators in this one rather than the massive predators that freak the ever-living snot out of you in the original Subnautica. They're not as bad as they initially seem, but they are still freaky. Okay. So I actually think right in this area, I am running low on battery power, is a really good place to build a base. So I want to make a small outpost here. I need my habitat builder. Let's just start with an X compartment. And do I have... need copper ore. Okay, well I can at least get this started. But yeah, I don't 100% know what led to all of the changes that they made. And what they were looking to accomplish. Okay, so I want to get a piece of copper. More lead is also always good. Okay. I think I want to put the entrance hatch over here. Do I? I thought I grabbed a piece of quartz. Oh, I used it in the... Okay. Let's just start things off by dropping a beacon. Naming this... Whoops! Naming this caps lock is on. Okay, the other thing is I like to make my bases green. Okay, I'm just looking for some quartz now. Here's some. That's how we're gonna get inside, you know? I'm not planning on building a huge base here, but I do want a little bit of one. I'm eventually going to want to make sure to build a scanner room on this, because a scanner room is clutch when it comes to finding the galena I'm going to need later.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Let's just build... you know what? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this here. That can be half built. Okay, I can't build that yet, but we will. And then I can put an exterior grow bed. Those guys are big pansies. If you slash them with your sword or with your knife, they will just leave.
The grow bed lets you grow plants and vegetables, providing flavorful options for evading scurvy.
Okay, excellent. Base building is my favorite part of this game. Okay, so I need a fabricator. I need more quartz and copper for that. But I can at least get started building it. I'll just put it right here. Okay. I remember seeing more of some of the stuff I needed over here. Ooh. Yes, I need mobile vehicle bay fragments as well. Okay, copper. There, that's all I need for that. I still need more quartz for some glass, though. This is the best place to get Galena. So yeah, I don't know why they made... The big change that I really find myself scratching my head about is why they didn't include more mining nodes. They'd made some big changes to the resource gathering, like I said. There's... in the original, there's sandstone outcrops that can hold silver, gold, or lead, and then another one that can hold diamond, titanium, or gold. That they repurposed those models for this one. But they... Oh, there it went. I knew that was coming. But their choice to do that degree of change I find rather interesting. Because now it's hang on, I'm focused on trying to get this put together. There we go. Yeah, gives me a nice lovely view out there. It's always important to have windows in your base. Okay, what do I need for a battery charger? Wiring kit, copper wire, and titanium. Okay, that wiring kit's gonna be a problem. Fabricator I don't need. I'm gonna start building some wall lockers along here. Space build game mode on Gary's mod. That sounds pretty neat. So I've been wanting to spend some time digging into No Man's Sky and like getting a feel for that game. Because I get the impression... No, I'm just going to dump some stuff in here. I get the impression that No Man's Sky like might capture some of the sort of exploration building stuff that I like from this one. Potentially. But I don't know, like, if it does. But, like, I know it has base building and things like that. And I also have space engineers, but both of those, the resource collection is a really tedious feeling to me, where you're spending a lot of... Like, you spend a lot of time in this game collecting resources, too, but it feels more discreetly objectifiable. Whereas, like, No Man's Sky, the bit I've played of it, and I do want to go back and spend some more time with it, but the bit I've played of it, I like the... So, Subnautica's game worlds are not procedurally generated. Like, they might have had an initial procedural pass, I don't know on that front, but they're handcrafted at a certain point, or, like, hand-finished. And that lends a specific feel to them. But like your resources are like very discrete chunks, whereas in No Man's Sky it's kind of like you have 100 units of carbon and you need like 75 to do a thing, and it's just like I would rather need like I don't want to spend as much time mining relative to building. Like I'm fine with probably the builder games that I've enjoyed the most thus far. Like I've enjoyed the Subnautica games a lot. I've also really enjoyed Dragon Quest Builders, because that gets... Yeah, exactly. The Dragon Quest Builders, that game, its maps, or its overall flow, like your base building is a really important aspect of things. And I really enjoy that about it. Okay, so I'm going to want... I should probably just go to Delta at this point, because there's a bunch of really important stuff there, including the scanner room, which I'm going to want. Let's see. I'm just going to go down a bit lower because I need another mobile vehicle bay fragment, I think, still. If I remember correctly. There's a lot of these ribbon plants. I do not need them, but... Okay, my inventory's full anyway. It's weird, like, my first playthrough, I had a really hard time finding Alan and all sorts of stuff in this area. In part, I was intimidated by the brute sharks. It's currently 1:36 p.m. 13:36 if you prefer 24-hour time. These guys right here kind of scared me a bit. There's a lot of cool stuff in the UK. Find myself wanting to go visit sometime. Let's see. I guess I'll just make water out of those guys for now. That is not sustenance. Yeah, because it would be, what, like, at night for you? Like, early night? Depending upon how early you consider 9-ish p.m. to be? I'm assuming? Let's see. A couple of ribbon plants to put in here. A couple of plants. I'm going to organize these later, but it's not important right now. I'm in the Pacific time zone, if that helps. Okay. Delta should be up this way.
Alterra beacon signature detected.
Yeah.
Unique identifier. Delta Station dock.
Delta Station. This is the place Lil mentioned in her message.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Rich crevices detected below.
I keep wanting to
Activity detected. Caution advised.
find interesting stuff that I want to follow on social media from this greater Seattle area where I live, but I keep finding cool stuff in the UK instead. How it goes, I guess. Okay. I don't want to grab too many resources because I'm going to get a bunch of stuff over here. I might get yelled at as well. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I know I'm going to get yelled at, but I mean, if I see monsters.
This is a recorded message. If you can hear this, you're trespassing. If
I'll
you
get some
know
in the
what's
cave.
good for you, you'll get the hell out of here.
If you think your train system sucks, try checking out the public transit options in the U.S. I want to make sure I keep one of those because those are really good to have around. Is this the spot I was thinking of? No. I like the ideas of cities in theory. I have been to Paris, but I don't know how that compares to London because I have not been to London. Almost a decade ago now, my family took a trip to Europe. We went to Paris and a couple places in Italy. And it was a really cool trip. I liked it quite a bit. See, I don't need a ton of sulfur. Wait, where am I? I don't feel like I typically come into this area. Am I in the right spot? What I'm looking for? No, I'm not. Where am I? I feel like every time I play this game, I find like a new random... Have I scanned one of these yet? No. A new random little corner that I didn't know about. Okay, let's pull that out so I can put a functional battery in this. Well, that's not doing me much good. Never mind. Oh, I'm kind of underneath the thing. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the Netherlands, and from Not Just Bike's YouTube channel. I like the idea of stuff. This is very, very broad when I say stuff here. Being built in kind of a mixed way. Like, you could do it with more of the single-family dwellings, too. Like, I was thinking about the idea of a cul-de-sac coming off of, like, at the corner where the cul-de-sac intersects the main street, there's, like, commercial stuff. But then there's, like, neighborhoods off in the... I should scan these thermal walls. How's my... Okay, I'm doing alright.
New blueprint synthesized.
That's not the button I wanted. There's a lot of crystal stuff around here. Yeah, there's... The spot where... Oh, here she is.
Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
What do you mean?
If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay.
Wait! Who are you?
Marguerite.
Stay off my land.
Yeah, that sort of thing would be nice. A lot of the zoning rules in the U.S.
The woman
make
in the exosuit
something
has
like
been
that
traced
impossible.
As far as my technology will allow.
In the future, I hope you will avoid contact with the woman in the exosuit. I am among the last of a dying civilization. If you were to compromise your well-being, the species could go extinct.
What makes you think she's hostile anyway? A little grumpy maybe, but who wouldn't be, stranded out here alone?
She did not respond to my distress call, and she is well armed.
Maybe she's afraid of us.
I have no desire to find out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
We're going to get so many blueprints here. This right here is really useful. So if I... See, yeah, you can see my cursor. If I bring up this map, our spawn point is like right in here, where I'm wiggling the mouse cursor. So we like ran down from up in here and found our drop pod kind of in this area. So we've come down to here-ish, and we're in here. There's a bunch of important stuff over here. This is the mining facility that I talked about wanting to set up a base near. Try that out. There's a bunch of useful stuff over here. And then there's a bunch of stuff over here that you kind of need to explore.
A map will come in handy. I should be able to find my way to Phi Robotics where Sam worked.
But like, as some examples of how some of this works, there's a bunch of things that they include that are only scannable in certain locations. So like, this is a countertop, but you can't scan it here. You have to scan it elsewhere. But yeah, a lot of the zoning stuff in the U.S. set up for single-family dwellings. And it doesn't allow for mixed commercial and non-commercial, which I think is unfortunate. What am I... I have a nice Subnautica mug over there. This random shaving kit. Swivel chair. Okay, there's a bit more to find at Emmanuel's section. We'll need to go up to that later anyway, so I'm not going to go there just yet. There's not, I don't recall there being a whole lot there, aside from some like PDAs about birds.
Cushy setup. Must belong to one of those higher-uppers.
Indeed, it is.
Maybe I can find clues about Sam here. Sam really got under management's skin. I didn't know she had it in her.
But let's see. I don't know, everybody kind of wishes things were a little bit different, I think. I don't know. I feel like my ideal living scenario is like big mansion full of friends, or at least that's what sounds good. I knew there was another thing in here. Kind of interesting that they have these different designs of pot plants, like plant pots, that are all functionally identical. They're not like visually identical. They're visually very similar, but they're not visually identical. But they are functionally identical. Can I probably could jump off of there, but that seems like a good recipe for missing the water and hitting the land, as it were. What is my next priority? I feel like it's building a sea truck and going to a mega lab and Maida's base. You know what? It should probably be making some more beacons, as I think about it. I'm probably could survive that fall. I don't want to find out. Actually, I should save. I haven't done that yet. That's a good idea to do sometimes. Their mascot for the game, the penguin. Happy for some silver. So like these outcrops can contain gold or titanium. These can contain copper or titanium. Then there's ones that can contain lead or titanium, and others that can contain silver or titanium, the argentite. So you're always a little uncertain of what exactly you're going to end up with when you go for these nodes. So there's kind of an unreliability, which is annoying. Okay, let's just head back to my base at this point. And it was different in the original. Yeah, that could very well be the case. I could definitely see it being something that sounds nice but actually isn't in practice.
You do not trust Alterra,
No, neither do you.
but your sister was Alterran.
My sister was my sister. She worked for Alterra.
My people do not perceive a difference. We are what we work for.
Well, Sam wasn't. I should have guessed Alterra would find a way to clip Sam's wings, like I knew they'd do to mine. I tried to warn her, and she was stubborn, just like me. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be so different from her. Scrappier, faster, way less play by the rules.
Was Sam working in the best interest of Alterra?
Yes, but they definitely didn't think so.
We believe that individuals may operate in the best interest of the collective or against the best interest of the collective. There is no in-between to us.
So you always saw eye to eye on absolutely everything with your network?
No,
I sense there's more to this story.
and more to your sister's story as well.
That's fine. Change the subject. We'll come back to it later.
Let's see. Yeah. I can definitely see some Minecraft vibes, some of it. Like, it's the sort of thing where I'd want distinct enough living spaces that it's not, like, too much on top of each other. So I definitely want a scanner room. The question that I'm asking is if I want a multi-purpose room.
I have determined the location of some important technology. I implore you to investigate.
Will this help us build you a body?
I do not know what we will find. I just know it is important.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
There. That's what that guy deserves. He bit me. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna make it a multi-purpose room over here. So that way I can build a better power source in it. Do I have... Okay, I need more titanium, I guess. Probably some over here. That was in fact copper. It's weird when you're like, I actually want titanium from this, and then you get copper. It's that sort of like level of unreliability that can be a little wonky. Okay. Either I have this already. Nope, I did not. I didn't think so. Okay, that brings me significantly closer to having a sea truck, though, that's good. It's the Galena there that might have gold or might have titanium that's really annoying. So you kind of want it to have both. Alright, you mostly want lead from some of these, though. Where did that piece of lead go rolling off to? There it is.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay. I want a bioreactor. And I need a wiring kit. Do I have the silver for a wiring kit? The answer is no. Okay. Let's just put some metals in here. Pull these guys out. Gold. Not titanium, though. These extra flares. I'm gonna put these posters and stuff over here. I'm gonna need one of those. And then put some of this gold over here. Mineral. So these ones you can label. I'm labeling them in a way that makes sense for my brain. Which may not make sense overall, but makes sense for my brain. Okay. Let's see. More titanium. I might build a top to that, actually, now that I think about it. Let's see. The major things that I need right now is silver. Okay. Argentite's going to be more over this direction, I think. No, stop rolling. Yeah, it is nice. There's two types of lockers. There's the larger storage lockers that have more capacity, but you can't label them. And then there's those smaller ones that are wall mounted that you can label. And I like those. I like using the larger ones for like just miscellaneous random stuff. And then having intentionally labeled smaller ones. It's a nice sort of balance between things. But I'm glad they have tools for helping you organize stuff, because it's very easy. Did I pick that up? I think I did. it's very easy to accumulate a lot of stuff and make it deeply disorganized and not be able to find any of it. I need some oxygen. Let's see, did I get 1 silver? Okay, I got 2 silver in there, which is good. That's what I need for a wiring kit.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
But you could also, like, make separate labeling things and put them above the larger ones, too, if you wanted to. Okay. Wiring kits. That is not where I make a wiring kit. I need a wiring kit. Do I have blueprint? Okay, yeah. Okay, I should have pustules. Yes. These pustules last for freaking ever inside these bioreactors. I do not know why. They are a phenomenally good source of power. Okay. I want to put a window right there. I need some glass. Do I have materials for glass? I do. Okay, and I think I want the scanner off of there. Okay, I need copper and a piece of gold. That is not the metals drawer. That? Yeah, okay, excellent.
A scanner room will allow you to survey the surrounding region for fragments and material resources like lithium or copper or titanium if you need help finding it. For whatever reason.
Okay, so I need a little bit more titanium. Did I put titanium in any of these? I don't think so. Okay, let's just drop these off in metals. I need to go fetch some more titanium. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Having stuff to help you manage your inventory is very good. Okay, let's actually go up this way. I'll be able to hopefully get some more silver over this direction. Because I'm going to also just need a lot more titanium. But I'm happy for other stuff as well. There might be loose titanium lying around as well. There's some lithium. Lithium is an incredibly important material. Thankfully, a lot of the inventory management, like, it's very much so slot-based, and you can see different things are different sizes, but fortunately, the way that it's structured, those different sizes, like, it will automatically arrange stuff in your inventory, so you don't have to worry about manually dragging things around to try to fit it in, which is good stuff. Which you definitely do have to do that if you're playing Path of Exile, for example. Yeah.
Warning.
Yeah.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I see that. Okay. I need to prioritize these two things. Okay. I need 10 titanium for all of that. Ingots are 5 titanium in this game. They're 10 in the original, so they decrease that requirement, which is nice. 3 more slots. Okay, back to base. Back to base is this direction. I got turned around. Yeah, I would have bounced super hard from Path of Exile if... Actually, I did my first time trying to play it. I came back later with... Oh, there goes the power on my thing. I came back later streaming it, and having chat to just explain random mechanics was vital to me being able to enjoy the game. It's extremely overwhelming otherwise. Okay, I want... I have ribbon plant. Okay, cool. Fiber mesh. What? Oh, thermos, yes. Thermoses are useful. I do actually want to make... I'm going to make 2 beacons. I'm going to need a bunch more batteries. See, that's an advanced wiring kit. Okay. That's done charging. Okay. Let's go with this bed. This bed's a nice bed. Put that over there. I definitely want a window over here. I do wish that this had a little bit more interesting stuff going in for verticality on interiors. I think that's one area where this game is a bit weak. And when it comes to base design, you have ladders that instantly teleport you between floors. And I think it would be more interesting to be able to make stairs and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's a nice view out over my base. Cool. I like that. Okay. This would let me scan for stuff. I don't really need to do that just yet, though. And computer chip requires No, the fabricator. I can make the speed upgrade. I don't want the speed upgrade. I always want range upgrades. The camera drones are super useful. Yeah, okay, that requires magnetite. Yeah, the ladder is very jarring. It's smooth to be able to just hit that and climb up. But it's very jarring, and yeah, it's something I dislike about this game. Right. Okay. Let's actually go up here and make ourselves a pop and plant this sucker. Okay. So I need copper. I don't think I have table coral. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to need to go get more table coral. Let's drop off silver, gold, and lead. I'm going to drop off this wiring kit here just to confuse myself later. I'm going to need a lot of those. Okay, let's go grab some table coral. I'm going to need a bunch of that. That thing is... The scanner room is super useful, but it's not that useful until I get access to... So one of the nice mechanics, just to interrupt myself, until I get access to the computer chip that lets me stream the information from it directly into the HUD. One of the things that's useful is if you scan a fragment that gives you would give you a blueprint you already have, it gives you 2 titanium instead. So that makes them a source of titanium, which is nice. Useful little mechanic this game has. But yeah, I would like staircases for base building. It would really allow you to open up the place vertically. And I feel that one of the game's weaknesses when it comes to base building is that bases feel very like floor based, and it can be a little cramped in that regard. And stuff that would let me kind of do that. You can kind of get some of that. You could do a really weird version of it with alien containment facilities. So alien containment can cross multiple floors. So if you did that, you could use that as a weird sort of vertical passage, almost like an elevator shaft that you could swim up and down. That'd be a really weird application for it, but yeah, I don't know, because the thing is, there are other ladders in the game that play a ladder climb animation. They probably just didn't want to make you have to sit through that, is my best guess. That's good. I'm going to need more of that. And so it's probably one of those things where, like, from a quality of life standpoint, it's nice to not have to sit through crawling up a ladder, but from a immersion standpoint, it is very jarring to, like, get teleported. Yeah, I mean, that could be. All of the ladders are basically a cutscene to move you, though, so. I need 2 computer chips, so I'm just going to make both right now. And then I have this that I can use to make the advanced wiring kit. Okay, so I need titanium ingot. Do I have lube over here? Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay. Wait, no, that's a deployable. Where am I going? Good chance to hydrate. There's a drinking game you can do, or like a stay hydrated streamer game that you can do in this, where every time you drink your character in the game drinks, you take a drink. Okay, I don't need to follow that up. I need a lot more batteries. Hang on. There we go. Do I have... No. Okay, I need more copper. I accidentally got a creep vine sample. I'll eat that. Okay, I'm gonna want table coral locker. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't like right there, but it doesn't, so we're just not gonna put anything there. So you end up needing a lot of table coral. Okay, I need more quartz. I'm gonna put these ribbon plants in there for now. I'm gonna drop off this advanced wiring kit here and this quartz in the mineral thing. Okay, I need more quartz and I need more copper. That's the major things that I need right now. Oh, and more titanium, but that's kind of like a natural... The natural course of exploration, I'll get more of that. Or like, natural course of trying to collect the other resources. There's also a deeper area that I should be going to. I think it's over here, actually. That has some useful stuff to scan. It is a bit spooky. Oh, nobody is getting motion sick from this, by the way. We've always wanted actual eating, drinking mechanics in RPGs that you have to do for survival. But then when games actually do that, it quickly becomes a major inconvenience. Yeah, I've thought about like the world's least playable RPG that implements things where like, because there's an idea that amuses me of, from a practical standpoint, as an adventurer, when you have to relieve yourself in a monster-infested forest, how are you doing that in a way that you're not getting eaten by monsters? Because you're putting yourself in an immensely vulnerable position. That's just begging to be attacked by monsters. And so it's always kind of like, you could go super hyper realistic with the mechanics of like, okay, your character needs to relieve themselves. You're getting ambushed while that's happening. Are you prepared for this? But like, there's a certain point where trying to go super realistic on mechanics just becomes miserable to play. I need to go find an oxygen plant. I can collect stuff along the way, but oxygen plant is my priority. I don't need to do anything more with gel sacks at the moment. I'll just pick this one up. Oh, well, that was a good idea. I can grow them. Yeah, exactly. Nobody needs an episode of, I don't know, Troy trying to figure out how to get out of her outfit so she can use the restroom or something when she's on an away mission. Like, we just abstract those human details away because they're not good watching. They're not good viewing. They certainly reference things like the sonic shower, like you said.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, that's fabricator module. I think there's storage modules in here as well, but there's also a big, scary, angry dude. Yeah, there's storage modules. Okay, we'll come back down here later for those. I need to find... Ugh. Okay.
Warning,
I want to scan these.
oxygen remaining.
But also, I need to breathe. There. You can buy yourself 15 seconds of oxygen by getting it from that thing. Okay, I'm not going to be paying attention to chat for the moment because I need to find oxygen. Okay, there's some.
Oxygen.
Yeah, it's like there's this practicality of something that I've thought about is like the resource costs of clothing. Yeah, that guy down there is scary. Like when you think about it, like replicators remove this to an extent, but clothing has huge maintenance costs in terms of like making new clothing and cleaning it and the resources needed for cleaning it. I've actually kind of wondered how they handle that on the International Space Station. Because, like, making sure that you have that you're able to make the detergents and have the water for it and all that sort of stuff. Like, it seems to me like it's a pretty big resource commitment to maintain clothing. Obviously, in something like Star Trek, that is mitigated by hand wave science fiction, but like that seems like a huge practical concern for actual real life space stuff. Let's see, that's the sea truck. I don't need to scan that right now. My inventory space is basically out, and I want to save what I've got for picking up some quartz for the glass that I need. Although I think, yeah, we're just going to go over here. Never have enough quartz. Okay, so that's done. Let's go plant those gel sacks. Let's see, is the main thing you make with gel sacks? Yeah, yep. Aerogel? Yeah, okay. So if I got rubies, I can make aerogel. I don't have an immediate need for that. It is portable and doesn't spoil. So I'm going to just consume that. Open up the inventory space from doing so. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. You're right. Like, storing water is non-trivial. I mean, those spaceships in Star Trek are huge, but it still is gonna take up a bunch of space. Okay, I put these over here. Need a couple batteries. Do I have... Okay, cool. I do have a piece of silicone. Okay, let's put those in fresh. Aerogel. I need power cell. Yeah, they can't just replicate water. Yeah, I don't know how they handle some of that. Because like you said, they can just replicate water, so they don't need... Okay, I need more quartz. So they don't need to... Actually, there's more quartz up this direction. They don't need to have huge on-site storage. But, like, replication is going to be a huge energy drain. Presumably the way that it works is either they have a bunch of raw molecules around, or they're drawing in raw molecules from somewhere and then converting them, which is going to be expensive, or they're going to convert energy into matter, which is also going to be an expensive process. Or like a... I don't quite know how that's going to work out, but you know what I mean. It's going to use up a lot of other supplies. But a lot of those technologies are mega time hand-waved, so... Which is fine, frankly. It's not what we're there for. We're not there for their tech. We're there for the stories about a society that could be. And their interactions with things that aren't. Wow. I have managed to successfully fill up my inventory. Goodbye, titanium chunk. I need to drop off these diamonds. That could be. Antimatter is fairly plentiful, right? There's definitely been people who have dug into, like, the science of Star Trek type questions.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah, we're fine. Okay. You get some diamonds. Let's actually make another reinforcement behind this ladder. Yeah, for sure. I overall enjoyed Voyager, but I liked... The premise was one that I didn't like as much because it created a push for having a narrative resolution to their premise, at least for me, that like I started getting a little bit antsy about wanting them to kind of resolve. I had that on a smaller version with Enterprise Season 3. Okay, that should be all the resources I need to be able to make this thing. Surely, though, they have techniques for ships to be able to harvest antimatter. But I know that they try to find limited resources in other ways, like dilithium. Okay, some glass. Let's put the rest of this quartz away. Let's grab these 3 lead, and then there's that. I'm not sure. My understanding is dilithium is used in the engines in some way. I think it's it's some sort of... It has something to do with the fuel source. I'm not sure if it's the source of antimatter or if it's for something else, though. That's something I've not actually looked into. It's a good question. I have to wait for that to finish. I know, I'm giving you a great, glorious view of the sea truck being built. Computer chip, plasteel, and 3 lead. Let's see here. I want the depth module. What does the depth module require? Enameled glass? Okay, I can do this, but I do need... Okay, let's go do a resource run. Because I need more quartz for glass. Yeah, I haven't really looked into any of that super deeply. I do want to watch some of the newer ones, but we don't have Paramount Plus, and we were watching like Strange New Worlds. I'm in particular interested in, and we were watching them via DVD rentals from the library. So if they don't have the original series. Lore of that is all over the place and contradicts itself in other later chapters all the time. Yeah, I find it really interesting that they made an explanation for the difference in Klingon appearance between original and stuff in Enterprise. Whereas in DS9, they just hand wave it. I liked original Star Trek. It's interesting to me that I had such an incorrect conception of who Captain Kirk was from like popular osmosis until I actually watched the series. Because based upon like popular culture, I thought Captain Kirk was some sort of space James Bond, basically. And then I actually watched the show, and I'm like, that is deeply incorrect. Okay. 2 glass. I'm gonna need 2 titanium ingots. I think all of that. Yeah, they definitely have that era of stuff going on, don't they? Reminds me of some of the original James Bonds as well. Okay, I need a computer chip, so that's... Okay, let's make that and grab... No, I can put this away. I need a gold. Put those away, and I need another one of those. Okay. And then I should just be able to make a computer chip. Excellent. The updated version of that depth module is... Yeah, that's going to require synthetic fibers and stuff. I can make the thermoblade. Okay, we'll be able to get to that soon enough. But just this first level of depth upgrade is going to be very good. This is faster. Bonk. Whoop, that is not what I meant to do. Yeah. They do a really good job with them. But yeah, you're right. They do get a lot, most of the screen time. Not all of it. I think that they had a better balance than Discovery has generally had. I don't know where Discovery is now, but I felt like a lot of Star Trek Discovery is the Michael Burnham and Friends show. And it's like, this isn't quite... You're not getting me invested in the other characters very well as a result. I want to make this blue. Alright. Let's go attach this to the back of my thing. I've heard it said that, like, McCoy is the emotion, Spock is the logic, and Kirk has to find the balance between the two. Yeah. I've watched the first season of Picard. Okay, let's drop a save. Okay. And then let's just go over there. There's a bunch of really important stuff to get over that way. So I want to do that. I liked the idea of Picard a little bit, like, in terms of the sense of following up on these characters and where things have gone, but I don't... Star Trek, to me, is a show fundamentally about optimism, and so when people are trying to say that optimism is unrealistic, and that cynicism is... Like, you should actually be cynical about the world, that feels anti-Star Trek to me. And I feel like some of the people in charge of the creative of Star Trek these days lean into more of a cynical background instead of an optimistic background, like pulse to the world. And that's something that I personally dislike. But I've heard good things about Strange New Worlds, so curious to check that out. That was especially bad with Picard. The lack of optimism. Yeah. There should be... Okay, I'm about reaching the limits of the depths that I can go to with this. But there should be a sea monkey nest Near here. Okay, I'm just gonna get out here. Oh, sure, I'll scan the ruby first. Mm-hmm. New Trek is just isn't tracking your opinion. They try too hard to get action into it, and there's very little character development. Find yourself not caring about them.
Didn't I tell you to stay away?
From what? I don't even know who you are.
Marguerite Maida's the name. You're on my turf.
Great. Can I come in and warm up?
What part of go away do you not understand, Altera?
I'm not with Altera.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The pace and structure of original and 90s, or like the, 80s, 90s era Star Trek works really, really well for what you want out of that show. It gives you time to explore stuff, and I felt that Discovery was too focused on plot to the detriment of character. We're about to get jumped up here, by the way. Hi, Preston. And
I told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera.
I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Altera's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
yeah, the thing is, part of what makes Star Trek so interesting is they're ensemble shows, and they explore the relationships between those characters. Like, part of what makes DS9 cool is finding the interactions, or like seeing the interactions between Dr. Bashir and Miles, for example. Yeah. Like, I like serial shows too, but like, there's a certain point where like you're losing some of the benefits of more episodic storytelling, and there are benefits to it. And one of the big benefits to episodic storytelling is that you don't have to try to be so serious all the time. It can be a little bit more relaxed. But also, it gives you opportunity to kind of like explore different things. And shows are a little bit too tight these days to kind of really allow for that sort of thing. Did I scan that? I apparently did. Which I think is a bit of a shame, really. Where is it exactly? It should be somewhere around this backside. Yeah, over here. But you're right, a lot of modern TV shows are a bit too... a little bit too plot focused, not quite character focused enough. Honestly, I think world building and character are more interesting than plot. Like, I think I prefer plot to come out of those two things. I know that might be a little bit wonky to try to make sense of as a statement, but... is this the... diamond? I don't need more diamond right now. I don't know that they do. I think that they've just been conditioned away from it. I think that conditioning could change, because people still like to go back and watch episodic shows. They like to go back and watch the older Star Trek series. They like to I don't know, rewatch older stuff. But the thing is, like, plot can be really compelling in a more immediate fashion, and so that, and it also, they tend to make fewer episodes, so I think that works out better for what they're trying to do economically speaking. Do I want to... Okay, you know what? There's a bunch of nickel in the area. I should just look for nickel. Because, like, people like long-form stuff. It's just... Like, you have long-form podcasts and things that are still popular, right? People like watching live streams, which are these longer experiences. And there's... I think they found that trying to hack reward centers with faster stuff is beneficial to, like, their advertising revenue models and things like that. But people still like those longer things. It's just there's other advantages to the short form stuff. And I think both can exist, quite frankly. There's value to having both exist. Why is this... This nickel's going to be hard to find without a scanner room in the area. Let's see. I'm happy for more rubies. Here's some nickel. Like I said, it's in the area. It's just small and hard to see and kind of unobtrusive. Where did I leave my sub? Over there? Okay, I should make my way back towards it for breathing reasons. I want to get more unusual resources out in here, not stuff that I can easily get in my base area that I currently have. Okay, let's take some assessment. I got some nickel. Oh yeah, I want to put the perimeter defense in. Let's go do that. Okay, there should be sea monkey nests in this general area that have some useful upgrades. Yeah. This one's always empty, though. More rubies. I should be able to find some spiral plants soon, too. I know where I can go looking for some of those. I don't know why this particular sea monkey nest always seems to be empty. It's a little bit taunting. That's a long save. Alright, I guess I did a lot. Man, figuring out how to create save game data, so that way you're not making massively bloated files that take forever to save and load, that contain all of the relevant information so the player doesn't feel like they lost progress, is quite a trick. Oh yeah, that I do want for sure. This right here is ultra capacity tank. I need like 3 of those though. I see monkey. I don't suppose you have more of those lying around, do you? It's more nickel. You better believe it is.
There is a large anomalous mass of rock that has broken away and risen above the surrounding terrain.
Okay, I do want to go to that area because Omega Lab is near there, and that's very useful. I didn't put a beacon near Mida because you get very familiar with finding her base. And I forgot. It's more because I forgot. But, like, I've played through this part of the game enough times now that I don't have too much difficulty with finding her base. How do I want to exit this system? Here we are. Okay, I should also find the Mercury stream. That's the big thing that I want to make sure I'm beaconing, because the other stuff is, like, easier geographically for me to remember where it is. I believe this leads to where I want to go. Yeah, I'll get some over in the area. There's a useful underwater plant there. I don't think I've ever approached this from above like that, but first time for everything. This is another spot you can exterior grow beds if for some reason you didn't find the one spot that I went to earlier. Let's put some rubies and nickel away in storage, and I should eat a nutrient block. There, I'm gonna get some seeds from that. This has the world's most important upgrade. That's not true, but the charge fins are very good. A water filtration machine is really good. Control room is very good. That's actually really good in a lot of different ways. Oh, here's a spot where I can get the counter. I was mentioning that earlier. Let's see. Now, one of the things, if I pull out my flashlight, that you'll see, there's these right here. You cannot scan these here. You have to go elsewhere to scan them. And that's also true of these wall-mounted things. Like, you can scan them, but you can't scan these ones. And that's something that I think people were a little bit annoyed by. But it does create rewards for exploration elsewhere, so it's like, there's some pros and cons to this arrangement. Yeah. It's the sort of thing where, like, I kind of don't like that you can't scan specific ones. I can kind of see some value to not being able to.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay. Let's go oxygenate and then explore more of that.
That laboratory appeared to have been sabotaged intentionally. Do you know what it would have been used for?
Looked like maybe bacteriology. That's what the equipment was for anyway. Before a fire tornado ran through it, or something.
Do you think your sister had something to do with the destruction?
I don't know why she would, but the more I see on this planet, the less I know what to think. Who would want to destroy it?
Ooh. You can get a nuclear reactor from here. That's nice. There's other spots where you can get it too, but always nice to get nuclear reactor. Okay. I wonder how they decided on scan times for things, because different things take different times to scan. It's not like it's uniform or anything. Bench. Very wet bed. scanning of anything but your scanner has only X amount of memory. That would be another potential way of doing things. It just unlocks stuff, but... yeah, those two had a thing going on until they disagreed on handling a deadly bacterian contagion. So, you know, that was great. Okay. There's
Warning.
30 seconds of oxygen.
remaining.
Yeah, I just want to... I think I got everything from here. Okay, let's navigate my way back to my submarine where I have oxygen. Okay. I think that's all I needed from over here. Oh, well, I mean... you can also just drop things to scan right over here. Aquarium module is useful. I think... the thing that's interesting is there's different configurations you can make for added modules, but there's a certain, like, formula for as you get more modules, you'll go slower and slower. And I'm not sure what I would consider to be like an optimum arrangement.
Within range of data that might help with the construction of a new storage medium.
That is true.
You must continue to investigate.
I'm gonna go down here. This is gonna be a little bit risky. I might be able to find some magnetite along here, but that's far from guaranteed.
I strongly sense my people's technology nearby. A body component is near.
Yeah, it is. You are correct. Okay. There's a bunch of good and important stuff down here and a bunch of mean things down here, and I want some of these seeds. Okay. And I want to stay away from the lily paddler because it will screw me up. Oh, hey, uranite. That's useful for if I make a nuclear reactor, in so much as it's nuclear fuel source. And nuclear reactors are good in so much as they produce a lot of power. Okay. That was a success, which is great. Okay. I'm glad you're able to drop by, Mr. Jack. I really appreciate you hanging with me. And you have a good sleep. I will undoubtedly stream more. Because I think I want to. Okay. What do I want to do here? I think I want to generally head north-ish. Maybe a little northeast. I want to try to find the Mercury stream. Oh, I don't have laser cutter. But even if I find Mercury stream 2, that's still really useful. Those guys are really annoying. They have a pulse that can temporarily knock out your power, which is deeply uncomfortable. You're not chasing me, are you? Okay, you're a little close for comfort. Gonna be real here. I wanted to scan that thing, but I also don't want to be near that angry maw, so. I'm gonna take a moment to look for sea monkey nests here that might have useful things. Yes. I will absolutely take some random quartz. Okay, cool. I'm about to run out of power in my Sea Glide, so that's not great. Yep, saw that coming. There we go. Charge fins will take care of that, but I haven't made them yet, so... Where did I... Oh, over here. I should make a repair tool as well. Sweet. Okay, that's gonna be a good priority build. I've had real difficulties with finding that and the horsepower upgrade, so it's nice to actually come across that for a change. I actually want to be really careful going through here. There is a larger Leviathan that could cause me problems because of my lack of a repair tool. So let's get back to my base and see about making a repair tool. I just completely overlooked doing so for some reason. I'm running into the technical problem of my room getting really hot. Unfortunately, my room has a tendency to run hotter than the rest of the house. We have central air conditioning, but that doesn't do much good if the heat from my room is staying in my room and not getting to the thermostat. And it also can cause the rest of the house to become overcooled. I learned about, from Technology Connections, a sort of split thing where there's like one central external outside port area for what is effectively a bunch of mini air conditioner units that can like work as heat pumps and stuff that are connected elsewhere. And that sounds rad. Okay, so I want the afterburner upgrade. I cannot do the depth module, but I do want to make this. That requires synthetic fibers, which I can't make just yet. I have access to a bunch of other useful things. I want to make a control room. And water filtration is good. Bunch of other recipes for stuff. Okay. Let's pull these things out of storage for now. I need to get more water. Yeah, that bugged out on me. That happens sometimes. There we go. Drop those off into my base. Put that in there. Put those in there. I'm trying to figure out what I want to prioritize at the moment. I need a gel sack to make some aerogel. Okay, let's work on the advanced wiring kit. So for that, I need those and some coral. It's interesting how they changed the cost of this. In the first Subnautica, yeah, I also want to make a still suit because that's super handy at this phase of the game. But it requires way more gold to make an advanced wiring kit, but I think gold's slightly more accessible. Advanced wiring kit, and then I need some glass. Let's just grab that. Can I make the control room? Yes, right here. Excellent. So I can make the polyaniline later.
Lighting and colors, rename your base, and see information about power and structural integrity, but not the integrity of societal power structures.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so it won't let me put it... Oh, no, it will let me put it there. Okay. I can't make one, like, on the back end of that, right? No, that would be convenient. Okay, so what am I calling this one? The Twisty Bridges Vent Base. We'll just call this Twisty Vents. And yeah, let's have some fun with coloring it. Kind of a nice dark blue with a bright green stripe and a bright yellow stripe, and put its name in white. Okay, a couple of things. I want to turn that one to standard color and make that one green, and let's make that yellow. Okay, I need some water. Do I like that there? That seems fine. Let's see, I believe... those have minimal H2O. Okay. Let's get over here and... plant the correct thing. That won't help me with my immediate needs, though. So let's try to find a fish.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah, working on it. There should be bladder fish all over the place. There's one. Okay, yep, that's good enough for now. Hey, Salty Grease. Chance of plans for dinner happened. Ah, gotcha. Well, welcome. Oh, yeah, this is giving me Fury 3 flashbacks in, like, the best way. Okay, let's see. Drink some water,
Vital
make
signs
some
stabilizing.
aerogel. And I think I just need some copper wire now. Yeah, it's been a long while since I streamed. Oh, I need more titanium as well. Do I have... No, okay. Let's drop the ruby and uranite and quartz off. Let's put the nickel away. Yeah, I don't know. I need titanium. Excellent. Yeah, it's definitely been quite a while since I streamed. There we go. Okay, let's go make their thing. Let's see, do I want a moon pool here? Probably. So you have emotes now, eh? That's exciting. Okay, let's see. Done that, done that. I need wiring kit, power cell, 2 lithium, 2... Oh, I need to make a friggin' repair tool. Let's see. Moon pool. And... repair tool. Okay, I think I need to go get more silicone. Oh, that's easy enough to do. There we go. Silicone and rubber. How are these guys doing? 50-ish%. I have antenna plants I can pick. I don't need that, but I have them. Oh, and I can pick this up. Oh yeah, pingling stuff. Ooh. That's a lot. Very nicely done. I congratulate you. Getting to that many emotes means that you've had some good consistent viewership. So that's very exciting for you. And I am excited for you. I am also going to try to figure out where I stuck my sulfur. Okay, repair tool time. Power cell. Okay. I need plants. Okay, I can go take care of these things. Let's see. I think if I were to make a moon pool here, I'd want it to come off of this like that. So let's plan for that. Let's go get some ribbon plant. Very carefully acquire ribbon plant. Not other things by accident. I think since you last seen me, you found your own game and niche. Then a specific character player. Okay. Yeah, that's always exciting. Battery. Battery. Make some water. Need that. Let's change some batteries out for those fresh ones I just made. And then make the power cell I need for this upgrade. Yeah, that's really exciting. It's always cool to be able to find a niche that you fit into. I need those. I need... Oh, I need to go grab more lithium. Let's go do that. Yep, we'll grab that wiring kit when I come back. There should be lithium over this general direction. Hi, boomerang fish. Let's drink that water. I made the water and then I didn't drink it. Okay, I should be paying attention. Lithium should be accessible in these general areas. Yeah, well, a lot of it was that I was kind of trying to focus on streaming as more of a business thing. And I found myself getting really disillusioned with it in that regard. What you have to do to be able to get big enough to make real money from streaming is very different from what, or like, the process is one that would require me to spend a lot more time streaming than I want to. And so I just like I basically hit a kind of a disillusion point with that regard. And what I should go to this. And so it's one of those things where I was like, I'm not that interested in, or like, it felt like I couldn't really be a, quote, successful streamer, unquote, financially speaking. But what I have kind of come to realize, where do I want to put this? I think I want to put this more over here-ish. I want to put this more near one of the openings. But what I've come to realize is that streaming for the sake of social interaction, which works better as a smaller streamer, is valuable to me and worthwhile. And that's what ultimately has brought me back, really, is seeing the value in that regard. We'll go like that. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I kind of was hoping that streaming could be a viable, like, side hustle, I guess. Because the main thing that I want to do is like work on my own games and stuff. And I've discovered poetry recently as well, and I've been really liking that too. But streaming is like, you have to do very specific things to make much money with it. That's really cool. Oh, hey, one of these dudes. Tiny streams because you mainly want your own emotes. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I realized that, like, I've been missing social interactions, just like casual hangout social interactions, and that's challenging in ordinary life because of just the way things kind of work out, in terms of just ability to find people and whatnot, and coordinating schedules and all that sort of stuff. I don't want social interactions to have to be a scheduled event. I want them to be something that can just kind of happen organically. It dawned on me within the last couple of days that, like, wait, streaming can absolutely be that. And that's kind of what brought me back, is realizing, hey, there are people who like showing up to my streams and hanging out and chatting, and you know, I was realizing that I was missing some of the smaller streamers whose streams I would hang out in, such as Hawkdest. And that, you know, people who enjoyed hanging out on my stream probably feel the same sort of way. But also that I missed hanging out with them. So that's kind of what brought me back to streaming. It's the social interaction. So I wasn't really feeling like working on my game today, and I'm like, you know what? Let's stream. All right. Almost back to base. Yeah. Yeah, so just changing the reason why I'm wanting to stream is a huge part of what is making me want to do it again. Just like you said, it's that social side. Ah, excellent. Okay, I can remove this and this. I still want to make a moon pool. Let's break down these. I think I want to go to Outpost 0. I think that would be good. I got about half an hour-ish left of time for today. Seems like something good to go do. I might be able to make the charge fins as well. Let's grab some of this lead. And boom. Excellent. Let's see. Moon pool can come off. Are my continent enemies grown? Yes. It's always funny to scan something from your own grow bed, but okay. I have plenty of space. 2 wax will harvest them, but all right. Yeah, that'll happen. Ooh, kitchen remodel. Yeah, that's a big deal. Okay, let's see. I want... Right. Polyaniline requires hydrochloric acid, which requires salt. Have you made me my salt deposits? Okay, that's 1 salt deposit. Okay, that'll make another one fairly soon. Oh, I only need 1 poly. Okay, never mind. I thought I needed 2 for some reason. Let's grab... Do I have a wiring kit? No. Okay, I can make a wiring kit. I need 2 silver and a gold. Here's the polyaniline. And there's that. Now I just need to take my flippers off. Oh wait, these need to be done in the modification station. Modification station requires computer chip. Okay, so this is mostly quite doable. I just need to make a computer chip. Do I have enough copper? The answer is no. I guess it's time for me to go find some copper. That was not copper. Game. Silver is good. I started to run a little bit low on that. How's my capacity? I mean, it's fine, not amazing. More titanium is always good. I maybe have a lot on me, though. And I have 0 copper. Okay. There should be a thing around here, right? Okay, there's 1 copper. By thing, I mean a PDA. I realized that using the word thing was incredibly ambiguous and not at all clear about what I was talking about. Okay, I don't need that right now. I don't know that there is limestone down here. The main reason to come down here would be to find the last storage module fragment. I want to stay away from Big Angry. I mean, I'll take lithium as well. I don't need more diamonds at the moment. Let's circle this a little bit, though, and see if I can't find some more, fragments. How am I doing? Okay, that's probably enough lithium for now. No, that's fabricator module. I already have the fabricator module. It's the storage module I need.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
Vital signs stabilizing.
that is not a particularly efficient source of vital sign stabilizing materials, but okay, here we go. This is all I need. That'll help. Let's go back up, because I don't think there's anything else here that I need. Okay, I am in the far side. Grab another gel sack. That made me jump. Hate them traps. Come out of nowhere and grab your arm. Nope. Still need more copper. There's limestone. You get very good at spotting these distinct shapes. Okay, very good. I want to go back this direction. I should have some water available. I want to make an aquarium module, I think, but I don't believe I have the blueprints for that yet. Okay, I have one more space, so we'll just get one of these limestone chunks. Okay, more copper is always welcome. It'll be a lot easier to get copper once we can mine it with the prawn suit, but that's not going to be until I get the prawn suit, so. Okay. Copper wire. Let's put this thing in my sea truck so I stop swimming around with this module. I There we go.
Seek fluid intake.
Yep. Do I have the shrooms? No, I don't. Okay.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I'm going to drop this off here. I need... Okay.
I have been able to sense the location of an important artifact. I will share its coordinates so you can look into it.
Got it.
No, not silver. I need
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
gold. And a couple coral. Okay, let's make that computer chip. Okay, computer chip, and I need a diamond, which I have over here, and a lead, which I have over here. You know what? I'm gonna put the modification station over in here, because why not? So those are a huge deal. Because the charge fins will recharge whatever equipment I'm holding at the moment. Which, as you can imagine, will greatly aid in a number of things. I kind of want a window there. Let's go see about... Do I have... Okay, I want to put some stuff away. I want to actually... Let's make... Let's make a storage module. Okay, wiring ingot... Yeah, okay. So I need... Can I make a plastic ingot now? Yes, okay. I've got myself confused. Wiring kit. Oh yeah, I wanted to get the battery out of here. It's always nice to have a spare battery lying around. Let's see. And all of my remaining lead. Cool. That's not at all a problem, except for the fact that it's a massive problem. Okay, take care, Salty Grease. Glad you're able to drop by for a little bit. Okay, let's get this storage module made. There we are. I don't know why it drops at a surface level that's too shallow for you to be able to pilot it. So then you have to like wait, or like the first time you click on it, it drops it a little bit and then you can pilot it. It's very non-intuitive and looks kind of terrible. But one of the things that's really nice about having these charged fins is you can swap charged batteries out of your Sea Glide and be mobily charging batteries as you're swimming around, which is fantastic. Okay, let's go to Outpost 0. Let's drop off resources. Okay, first things first though, I'm gonna put these over here. You know what, we'll put those there. I'd ideally put like quartz and stuff over here, but I don't feel like trying to sort it too much. I do need to make sure I'm staying somewhat hydrated. Let's actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and make that hydrochloric acid, just so that way it's made and not cluttering up the place. By the way, I didn't know you could drag stuff off of the sidebar over here where you'd pin them until I was watching a Let's Play of the game, because that was not obvious to me. Okay, and then repair tool. Okay, I want to generally head north. That's the supply cache. I need to head kind of like that way-ish, roughly. Be a little bit of a drive. I can do that to speed it up, though. I can activate the afterburners. Give a temporary speed boost. Which really helps getting around faster. Probably would be good for me to go collect more root pustules as well. It's... There might be a spot to do that over here. Let's see. No, this is just mobile vehicle bay fragment. There's a couple of things actually that I need from sea monkey nests. The laser cutter's another one. More north. Yeah, more this way. That's a little too east. You go to Outpost 0 to end the game, but there's stuff to scan there too. That would be a good idea to go investigate. The aquarium would be really useful because it'd be collecting fish. I think if you're just like casual exploring, there's a lot of value to doing it with a fabricator and aquarium, because then you can feed yourself off of stuff. Let's see. I think these are a really good source of water. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that startled me. Those guys aren't a huge threat or anything, but they are startling. I don't need more salt. I'm going to be getting plenty of salt, and there's not a whole lot of things you need to make with salt. You can cure fish with it, but curing fish is just not that valuable when you can just instantly cook them. These brine wings are kind of interesting. That's the first time I think I've actually been like, you know what? These sea anemone hearts would be a really valuable resource of stuff. I mean, they were, but I haven't actually done that before. That was kind of cool. There's a naturally occurring moon pool around here somewhere. I think I found it, actually. And this is where Outpost 0 is. It's extremely easy to not find this place if you're, like, never looked at your map and things like that. Let's take a moment to repair my sea truck. There's some really cool stuff over here, though. like a snowman. Prawn suit fragments? That's nice. There's a couple of good spots to scan prawn suits. Copper mining here, I guess, is a spot you can scan some. There's also... yeah, I'll do that. Next to the mining area, next to one of the mercury streams.
Researchers here were trying to find me.
Okay, well, whatever that is, I already have it.
While other teams have been pursuing more nebulous approaches to awakening the architects, I've tried to take a more practical approach. We know these part organic, part digital beings stored what they thought of as themselves on computers within their sanctuaries, and we know efforts to wake or communicate with them have been in vain. My theory is that to make first contact, these digital ghosts must first be recombined with an organic component. As Dr. Kaz Slaney's classic study noted, we know they had means to grow cybernetic bodies and to transfer their data patterns between them. There is a known probable architect sanctuary in this sector, but entry is not currently possible. If I can get inside and present the right vessel, I do think we will be successful.
Lil wanted to know too much about architects. I could not let her. She was, what do you call them? Voltairan.
What did you think she would do to you?
She might have discovered the gateway to our home world. I thought it wiser not to take the chance.
Motivational posters were banned from XenoWorks following a lengthy discussion at the annual company retreat 3 years ago. This poster is technically contraband.
You got a bunch of stuff
Was this
backed up
Sam's
there.
space? What was she doing all the way out here?
Nothing is the answer to that question, but it's kind of a backwater she was shunted to. That's a nice view. Kids' drawings. Oh, it's the indoor grow bed that I have to scan. You can also scan the lantern tree. This is the one spot where it reprises its existence from the first Subnautica. Or at least in any sort of meaningful way. My eye was getting a little wonked out, itchy or something there. Okay. Is there more? There's a picture frame here, but I apparently can't scan that. So maybe that's only scannable in another location. So I don't know which. I thought I was here. Actually, but Sea Glide fragment? That's wild. I guess you could theoretically come here pretty early. This just takes me back inside here. Again, I would have thought that was scannable, but it isn't. Okay, that door is not usable. It must be on some broken part of things. Some very creative use of the Shelves. Okay, let's go. No, I saw the Sea Glide fragment. I'm like, scannable. Then I realized what it was that I was looking at. Okay. Yeah, let's just take minimal fall damage and jump over that. Is there nothing over here? It feels like there ought to be something over here, but I'm not seeing anything over here. I'm also keeping an eye on my temperature gauge because a little bit chilly out here. Thank you, Thermal Lily. Weird plants, but I'll take them. I like getting Alan's commentary on stuff, so I enjoy having him early, so I'm glad I was able to pick him up. Can scan these ice stalagmites. Floodlights. These are something that I don't use that often. But I could probably do it to add a good bit of, like, surrounding base feel. Coffee machine. This will become relevant much later on.
Alan, what is this place?
It is architect technology. Standard for my people.
Well, nothing that your people do is standard to me. What is it?
This facility provides the means for rapid travel.
It seems to be inactive.
Without a vessel of my own, this site is not of any great utility.
I see.
Oh, so you cannot scan this one. This is we'll come here significantly later if I actually do complete this playthrough, which I might. And I've beaten the game once before. I kind of enjoy up to a certain point, and then after a certain point, it's kind of like, well, all that's left is kind of advancing the plot, and sort of the gameplay that I enjoy more is the process of like building bases and kind of exploring around and building up my tech pool and stuff. So, just how it goes. I think what I'm going to do at this point... Really surprised there wasn't more over here. Oh, I can scan these bushes. I thought you could get the picture frame here, but apparently I was wrong. Okay, well, let's go back to my sub and head back to my base.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
I think the dangerous weather just makes your temperature gauge go down faster, but I'm not actually sure.
Outpost 0 is where your sister worked her final days on 4546B. It is quite isolated.
Yeah, I know the brightest ideas can flourish in the middle of nowhere, but this is practically off the map. A lot of people would love to get paid to sit around and do nothing. And not Sam. She must have been miserable out here. And they have the nerve to call her negligent. I think they drove her
back
to
on
the
herself.
extreme.
They
Northeast.
also motivated me to change my behavior.
Because they drove you into hiding?
I had calculated that they might be well placed to answer my distress signal. But but I came to suspect their motivations were not aligned with mine.
So you made yourself harder to find.
It was a calculation.
I want some of those. Turns out those are a really good source of water that I hadn't really done anything with. I wonder if you can grow them. Probably not, right? No. So this, see how this has a green background? That means you can plant it inside. And if it has a purple background, it means you can plant it outside. The sea anemone, or those ice anemone hearts or whatever, do not have any, like, they just have a generic blue background. See, like other items. So that means you can eat it, or whatever. You can use it for stuff, but you can't do those things. I did not check this out. I don't think there's anything over here for me. This is a useful spot to, like, get the mineral detector early. But I got that elsewhere. I don't remember if there's anything else up here. Yeah, see, that's just some titanium. I guess there's a flare and a nutrient bar. Nutrient bar is useful. The flare is a little redundant at this point. They do get used up, but there's only so many I need, so. Let's continue on back to my base then. Where I will disconnect modules so I can park this inside so I can get refueled. Disconnect modules. There we go. And let's okay, that'll keep for a little bit. Let's collect those. Drop. From here, not really. Let's just drop the salt over here with the coral for now. And I have, okay. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna make a chic pot right here. Plant this sucker. Call that a job well done. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I thank you all very much for watching me who did. But I need to be heading out, get into some other stuff. So, yeah. I want to stream more of this. Don't know quite when. There's no sort of schedule. You can go to my Discord server. There should be a link in the description of the YouTube video that this is going to be attached to. And, that's where I'll make live notifications. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.